I want you to picture this. You open your fridge. You see a yogurt cup. It looks fine. It smells fine. And then you see the date on the lid. Expired yesterday. And your brain does that thing it always does. Panic. Is this dangerous? Is this how people get food poisoning? Or is that date basically a suggestion? Now hold that thought. Because the truth about expired food is way messier and way more surprising than most people realize. Every year, an unbelievable amount of edible food gets thrown away. Not because people are wasteful, because they're trying to be responsible. They don't want to get sick. They don't want their kids to get sick. So they see a date, and they treat it like a red flashing siren. And companies know this. So today, we're exposing it. The truth about expired food. 11 mistakes people make. Most of them cost you money. One of them can actually make you sick. And at the end, I'll give you a 10-second cheat sheet. That makes this whole thing simple. So the next time you're holding a carton in your hand, you'll know what to do. Let's start with the biggest misunderstanding. Mistake number 11, thinking the date is a scientific countdown timer. Like at midnight, the food flips from safe to toxic. That's not how food works. Food changes slowly. Bacteria grow based on time, temperature, moisture, and handling. Oxidation changes flavor. Air changes texture. Light breaks down color. None of that cares what day it is. So here's the first rule. The date is information, not a magic switch. If you remember nothing else, remember this. You are not eating the number. You're eating the food. Now, if that's true, then why do dates exist at all? Because mistake number 10 is thinking there's only one kind of date. And it always means danger. It doesn't. There are different labels that get thrown around like they're the same thing. Best before, best by, use by, sell by, enjoy by. And the words matter, because most of the time, best before is about quality. The company saying, this is when it tastes the way we intended. That's it. After that, it might be fine, but slightly less perfect. Softer crackers, less punchy flavor, a little stale. Now use by is different. That's the one closest to a safety warning on many perishable foods. And sell by is mostly for stores. It's about inventory. It's a management label. It wasn't designed for you to open your trash can. So avoid this. Don't treat every date like a use by, and don't treat a real use by like it's just marketing. Which brings us to mistake number 9. Assuming the date is the same everywhere. It isn't. One place uses best before. Another uses best by. Some products get a date because a retailer demands it. Some products get a date because customers expect it. Some products get a date because it's required in that category. The result? 2 similar products can show 2 different dates, depending on who packaged them and where they were sold. So avoid the trap of thinking the label is a universal truth. Sometimes it's a business decision. Sometimes it's a quality promise. Sometimes it's a safety guideline. Your job is to figure out which one it is. Now, mistake number 8 is the one that makes people feel betrayed. Believing the date was personally approved by some kind of official food oracle. In many cases, companies choose those dates themselves. They test the product. They store it in normal conditions. They check taste, smell, texture. Then they pick a date that lets them guarantee consistent quality. And here's the important part. They usually pick a conservative date, because if they pick a date that's too generous, and you have a bad experience, you don't blame your fridge, you blame the brand. So the dates often lean cautious. That's why you can have a yogurt that's totally fine, a little past a best before, And that's also why you can have something go bad before the date, if it was mishandled. Which is mistake number 7, trusting the date more than storage. Let me show you what I mean. You buy milk. It says it's good for another week. You feel safe. But then you leave it in the trunk for an hour. Or you run a few errands. Or your fridge runs warm. Or your kid pours a glass, puts it back, takes another glass, and the carton sits open again and again. Now you have a product that's aging faster than the label assumes. The printed date can't see your life. It can't see your fridge temperature. It can't see that the door was left open. It can't see that it sat in the sun. So here's the rule. The date never overrides temperature. If something's spent hours in the danger zone, the label doesn't save it. If something was kept cold and sealed, it often lasts longer than people think. Storage beats printing ink. Now, mistake number 6 is where most waste happens. Treating shelf-stable foods like they're fragile. Dry pasta, rice, cereal, crackers, canned beans, jarred sauces, honey, peanut butter, frozen vegetables. A lot of these foods don't become unsafe on schedule. Quality changes. That's usually what you're seeing. A spice losing aroma, a chip losing crunch, chocolate getting a weird white bloom. That's not the food turning poisonous. That's the food reacting to air and time. So avoid this. Don't throw out shelf-stable food by reflex. But also, don't do the opposite mistake, which is ignoring obvious warning signs. Because mistake number 5 is staring at the date and forgetting to look at the package. If you want the fastest safety check in the world, it's not the date. It's the container. A can that's bulging, a lid that's popped, a seal that's broken, a package that's leaking, a jar that looks like it's pressurized, a vacuum seal that no longer looks vacuum sealed. Those are real danger signals. And they matter more than a best before from 6 months ago. So here's the container rule. If the package is compromised, the food is compromised. Now mistake number 4 sounds reasonable, but it's where people get false confidence. Relying on the smell test as the whole safety system. Smell matters, sight matters, texture matters. But your senses are not lab equipment. Some spoilage is obvious, some isn't. And some harmful bacteria don't announce themselves with a dramatic stench. So don't let the smell test turn into a dare. Instead, pair it with category. Some foods are forgiving, some foods are not. Which leads to mistake number 3, the one that actually matters for safety. Treating high-risk foods like they're pantry foods. Fresh meat, fresh seafood, deli meats, soft cheeses, cooked leftovers, unpasteurized products. These are the foods where you don't want to experiment, because when they go wrong, they don't just taste stale, they can make you seriously sick. So here's the high-risk rule. If it's perishable, if it's high moisture, if it's animal-based, and the label says use by, be strict. If you're unsure, don't gamble, because the cost of being wrong isn't a slightly stale cracker. It's a miserable 2 days. Or worse. Now mistake number 2 is sneaky, because people don't even realize they're doing it, forgetting that opened resets the clock. A product can be fine sealed, but once you open it, you introduce air. You introduce new bacteria from spoons and knives. You introduce moisture changes. You change the entire environment. That printed date was about the sealed product. After opening, you're playing a different game. This is how people keep a tub of dip for weeks, because the date is still far out, and then act shocked when it tastes off. So avoid this. Don't keep something for ages just because the date says you can. After opening, your real questions are, how long has it been open? Was it kept cold? Was it sealed between uses? Was it cross-contaminated? Before we close, let's do a quick rapid-fire section. Because the internet is full of food safety hacks, and some of them are honestly dangerous. So here are 3 hacks to avoid at all costs. Hack number 1. Just taste a little to see if it's bad. No. If something is questionable and high risk, tasting it is the worst test. Your mouth is not a laboratory. If your gut is warning you, listen to it. Hack number 2. If there's mold, just cut it off. That depends on the food. On some foods, mold stays on the surface. On softer, wetter foods, mold can spread invisibly. So the safe rule for normal people is simple. If it's a soft food and it's moldy, toss it. Don't turn dinner into a science experiment. Hack number 3. Freezing fixes everything. Freezing can preserve quality. It can slow spoilage, but it can't reverse time. If the food was already going bad, freezing just pauses the problem. So freeze early, not as a rescue mission. Now, here's another mistake people don't realize is connected to dates. The "I'll remember" mistake. You open something, you use it, you put it back, and you tell yourself, "I'll remember when I opened it." You won't. Nobody does. So if you want to stop wasting food without taking risks, do this one simple thing. Write the open date on the container. That's it. A tiny note turns a confusing label into a clear timeline, and it makes "opened resets the clock" easy to manage. One more practical move that changes everything. Know your fridge, not the brand, the temperature, because food safety is temperature math. If your fridge isn't cold enough, everything expires early. If it's colder, things often last longer. A cheap fridge thermometer is more useful than 10 different dates on 10 different packages. Now, let's talk about the most emotional category of all, leftovers. Because this is where people either waste a lot or get way too brave. Leftovers don't come with a date you can blame, so people either keep them forever or toss them the next day. Both are extreme. So here's the common sense approach. Cool leftovers quickly, store them sealed, keep them cold. And if something smells off, looks off, or you can't remember how long it's been there, don't gamble. You're not failing at being efficient. You're succeeding at being safe. And the last thing, the weirdest thing about expiration labels, is how they change your behavior in the store. Because once you see dates as quality promises, you stop playing the panic game at the shelf. You stop grabbing the furthest date like it's a survival decision. Instead, you buy what you'll actually use, and you store it correctly. That's how you win this. Not by memorizing random rules, by using a simple system. Finally, mistake number 1, the biggest one, the one that creates all the others, using one word, expired, to describe 100 different situations. Because expired is not a real category. It's a shortcut word your brain uses when it doesn't want to think. A box of dry cereal a month past best before is not the same as raw fish a day past use by. A frozen bag of peas a year old is not the same as potato salad that sat on a picnic table. And once you stop treating them like the same thing, everything gets easier. So let's make this practical, because I promised you a cheat sheet. But first, I want to show you how the label tricks your brain. Notice how the date is usually the loudest thing on the package, not the storage instructions, not "keep refrigerated," not "once opened, use within." The date, because the date is simple. A number feels like certainty, and certainty feels safe. So your brain grabs it, even when it's the least useful piece of information in the moment. So here are 3 better checks that beat date panic. First, What does the label actually say? Best before? Use by? Sell by? If it's sell by, that's a store note. If it's best before, think quality first. If it's use by on something high risk, respect it. Second, what does the package look like? If it's bulging, leaking, broken, or pressurized, it's out. No debate. Third, how is it stored? Cold? Sealed? Opened? Left out? Because storage is the real clock. Now, before we wrap, one more truth that explains why this feels so confusing. A lot of labels are designed to protect consistency for the brand, not to perfectly describe what will happen in your kitchen. They're built around a standard scenario, a standard fridge, a standard delivery chain, a standard customer. So don't treat the date like a perfect truth. Treat it like one clue. Okay, now let's put the cheat sheet together. 10 seconds. Standing in front of your fridge. Step 1. Read the words. Best before equals quality. Sell by equals store. Use by plus high risk equals be strict. Step 2. Check the package. Bulging, leaking, broken seal, weird pressure, mold. It's out. Step 3. Check storage and handling. Was it kept cold? Was it opened? Was it sealed? Was it left out? And step 4. If you're uncertain with a high-risk food, don't gamble. That's it. That's the system. It won't make you reckless. It will make you accurate. Now I want to know something. What's the one food you always throw away instantly, even if it looks fine? Milk? Yogurt? Eggs? Bread? Leftovers? Comment it below. And if you want more videos exposing the hidden truths behind everyday labels, hit subscribe. Because sometimes the most ordinary packaging hides the most misunderstood rules.